Hey guys! So today we are in America, we are with Molly, and we are doing a short video, but I hope it's going to be helpful about Velocidrone and the settings you need to put in your simulator to have it fly as close as possible as you fly in reality. I'm doing this video because during the road trip we are currently doing in the US with Kevin, I've met a lot of people who are interested into flying in a simulator and training on a simulator, but they were complaining about the fact it was not realistic enough or a little bit too floaty. So I thought it was a good idea today to give you the settings I've put in my own Velocidrone to help you improve your flying skills. So let's get started. If it's the first time you're using Velocidrone, there's a super cool tutorial made by Velocidrone itself on their YouTube channel. I'm gonna put a link in the description, and they will explain to you how to set up your Tyrannis so that you can make it work with Velocidrone. So if it's the first time you're using Velocidrone, just have a look at the link and it will help you set up your Tyrannis. So now let's get started with the simulator. So if it's not the first time you're using it, you're probably used to the way it looks already, and you know that you have the command settings. But what we want to change today are some other settings that you can find when you are actually flying in the simulator. So first thing to do is select the model, then we're going to select any scenery, and I'm going to show you where you can find the settings we need to adapt. So the settings we are talking about are the change quad settings. I don't remember exactly the numbers you have at the moment if you haven't touched anything, but you probably have 100% for everything here and different numbers. So what we want to do basically is help the quad fall faster in the simulator, because a lot of people complain it's too floaty. So the settings you are seeing here are the settings that Steel puts on his quad in the simulator, and they are the settings that correspond to the alien frame he flies. So I think his frame weighs around 590 grams, and he has just increased these four first settings, especially the downforce, which is the force which is going to drag your quad to the ground. He has decreased a lot the propeller power, and he has increased his quad weight to 148%. So if you're flying a Mr. Steel Alien, basically this is what you need to put in your simulator so that your quad fly really close to what you fly in real life. So these were the settings I was flying first in Velocidrone, but because in real life I fly a Rooster and my quad is a little bit heavier than Steel's quad, I think mine is around 650 grams, I have changed the settings a little bit. So the difference with my settings, I've just increased the downforce to 120%. I've left the propeller power at 65%, and I have increased the quad weight to 156%. So yeah, basically with these settings you are good to go. So once you've done that, the best thing to do is to try and fly in the simulator to see if you're already happy with the results. If not, there are two more settings to change. It's called the field of view and the camera angle you can fly in the simulator. So the radio I'm using is a Tyrannis, and to change these settings you just have to use the pots on top of your radio controller. So in real life I fly a camera angle which is between like 25 or 30 degrees depending on where I fly, but in the simulator I've put an angle of 30 degrees, so the quad is going to be a little bit faster, and I will have the feeling that it's a little bit less floaty. And the field of view I've put is about 110 degrees, even if in real life I have a 130 degrees field of view, because for me 100 degrees in the simulator is what corresponds the best to the 130 degrees in real life. If you go above 110 degrees you will have the feeling that it's a little bit too floaty or not fast enough, especially when you dive things in the simulator or when you do a split S or something. So pretty much that's everything I wanted to show you about the settings today. So hopefully now you will find the simulator a lot more realistic and you won't feel a big difference when you go back to flying in real life. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or contact me on my Facebook page, Onigiri FPV. Honestly, I think try Velocidrone or any simulator, but because I gave you the settings for Velocidrone, obviously it's going to be easier for you to make it more realistic in this simulator. I just want to say this is not sponsored by Velocidrone at all. In my own opinion, it's one of the best simulators on the market. It's only $20 once, you don't have to pay every month, and to be honest, yeah, for me it's the one that works the best. Okay, so if you like this video, feel free to put some thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.